See, the synopsis makes it sound really good.
It does, yeah.
However, it's not.
An air of unreal reality coating me.
You struggled with that.
Well, because it makes no sense.
Today, Junior.
It encapsulated what grief feels like very well.
Not to disagree with you, but I disagree with you.
He called her a blue-footed booby, and that gave me the ick. But there has to be that yearn.
Yeah, I didn't feel any urine in this.
Yeah.
She like said something and she's like, did his pupils just dilate? It's like, no one notices that. One that stood out to me was Haga.
Was
Was
it
it
all
you that
caps?
sent me that screenshot?
No, that was a different one. There's two. There's Haga, and then there's like guac.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
I feel like I have a lot of cons.
Yeah.
But she's so tormented by it.
Yeah.
And it's like, shut up.
I'm deleting that book immediately off my Kindle.
Welcome back to Plot Twist Please, where we sip, flip, and spill the tea on books and booze. I'm Susanna.
I'm Cass.
And I'm Beth.
And today's episode, we are very excited for. It's a little different. We're not just talking about a book we either read, went DNF, or did DNF. We're talking about a book that's taken over the TikTok, has a lot of controversy online, and for good reason, in our opinion.
The TikTok.
The TikToks.
The tiki talk.
The tickety talks. It's all over TikTok. People are not shy in saying their opinions on this book. They either hate it or they like it.
I mean, I haven't really found BookTok to be full of shy people anyways.
Yeah.
No, they're pretty outspoken over there. But recently, bookish YouTuber Haley Pham released her novel Just Friends, and over the past few days, the book has been at the center of a lot of conversation on BookTok, criticism about the writing, word choices, comparison to other romance authors, and a larger discussion about influencers entering the publishing world. Today's episode, we are going to try to be spoiler-free, but when we do talk about our opinions of the book, there may be some spoilers, so you can skip that section.
Today's drink is a hot chocolate with the top shelf distillers butter tart liqueur because winter came back.
Yes.
I was really excited there for a second.
The second, yeah, we had our false spring. Now
had false spring.
Back into winter.
So unfortunate.
It's delicious. It tastes like a dessert.
It is actually very good.
Yes.
So before we jump into the drama, what's everyone reading?
Susie and I are reading the same book, actually. Blood and Roses by, what is it, Madeline or Madeline?
I'd say Madeline.
Madeline.
Yeah, it's the Snow White retelling.
There's two books in this series so far. I think Beth talked about this.
Beth talked
Yeah.
about it and the devastation after book 2.
It's a good series. It just stops.
When there's
still
supposed to be
waiting.
more, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Yeah.
There should have been like 6 to 8 books already. We got 2.
2. I know.
So-
And they're just little shorties. They're like 170 something pages.
So I said in a previous episode, the author has been sick. That's what she had said. So it's kind of pushed, I think, all of her work back.
Yeah.
But it's a long wait.
I know. I'm sad. I really like
They're
them
so
there.
good. Has she written any other books that we
She
know
does.
of?
She
has,
actually
yeah.
she has a few series, and I know there's one that is more popular than this one. And one of the things she was talking about was which one she kind of wanted to finish because she has so many on the docket for this series, but the other one I think has quite a following. So she's I think trying to juggle all of that.
This series is the Enchanted Hearts series, just to clarify.
The other one's like something curse. I can't remember.
I'll have to look at it. I like her writing. It's pretty good. So what are you reading, Beth?
So I'm reading Mage Light, which is one of our Fable members' books. She wrote it, and she just sent us the second one.
Yep.
So I'm reading that one. I'm also still reading Her Saint, and I'm still reading Clanlands, New Zealand.
Oh boy.
That's never getting finished.
No.
It will get finished this year.
Sometime.
Sure will.
There's no deadline.
No.
No.
I mean, my supposed deadline was 75 days because I wanted to do it as part of 75 Hard. And then I was like, let's not make this any harder than it needs to be. So here we are.
Oh boy.
Major Light is by Casey Azell.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
She's one of our listeners, and she's also in our favorite book club chat. So if you ever want to talk to her, she's in there.
Yeah.
So, for anyone who hasn't seen the conversation online, I'm just going to give a little bit of context. Haley Pham is a very well-known booktube and BookTok creator. She's also dating one of the, I guess, most popular YouTube creators on there. I think his name's Ryan. I don't watch his stuff, so I'm not familiar with him. She's been in the online space for years. She talks about books constantly and runs a book club, as far as I'm aware, and has built a massive audience of readers who trust her recommendations. She has like 1 million or more followers or subscribers on YouTube. So she's a big BookTok creator or BookTube creator. Oh my gosh, I can't talk.
She's a book something.
She's a book something.
She does book things.
Yeah. So she recently released her debut novel called Just Friends, which is a contemporary romance.
So over the last few days since the book came out, people online have been criticizing certain word choices in the book, awkward sentence structures like, I force myself to perceive its beauty, or there's a book I just finished on my Kindle last night I want a physical copy of. Frivolous, I know, but I'm unwilling to restrain myself from any hit of dopamine right now. That one, yeah. Another one, my body felt like it was tilting internally, an air of unreal reality coating me.
You struggled with that.
Well, because it makes no sense.
I struggled with that too.
Yeah, like,
I was like, what is it?
It kind of reminded me of that Mariah Carey kids Christmas book that I was talking about.
Weird
where it's
description.
Like, yeah, like there's almost like just too much. That your brain and your tongue are just like tripping over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mind was tripping over it.
My brain just did there. Malfunctioned.
Yeah. It's like, today, Junior.
People are saying that the writing feels very amateur, lazy, and the book has lack of editing, like saying summer might instead of summer night. Comparisons to Emily Henry style romance writing, or claims that it feels like multiple popular romance tropes thrown together, and that has sparked a much bigger debate about influencers entering publishing.
Influencers.
Let me do it again.
No, leave it.
No, that can go to the bloopers.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to the mainframe.
No,
There.
we're not going to have any bloopers.
We have lots.
Need bloopers. Yeah, we
Bloopers
have.
are the best.
Brandy has told us to leave it in. Leave
Well,
it
yeah,
in. My
but-
phone dropping.
Do you know what, the amount of times that we stutter over ourselves? We're leaving it in.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
Anyways.
Anywho, the synopsis. I am probably find myself funnier than anyone else, but so this heartwarming and swoon-worthy second chance romance about childhood friends reconnecting. Stop staring at me.
Why are you doing that?
As
I'm waiting for her to make a mistake.
I knew exactly why. Reconnecting as adults is a highly anticipated debut novel. Debut novel from
There it is. I knew it.
from BookTok icon Haley Pham. Blair and Declan were inseparable growing up, best friends who knew each other better than anyone else. But when an impulsive kiss took them from friends to something more, everything changed. Just as quickly as a romance started, one moment shattered it all, leaving them with nothing but heartbreak and silence. Now, 4 years later, Blair is back in her coastal hometown of Seabrook to support her mom and care for her great aunt Lottie as her health declines. To make ends meet, Blair applies to work at a coffee shop, only to discover its management none other than Declan, the boy she loved, the boy she lost, the boy who still makes her heart race. As Blair's path keeps crossings with Declan's, old wounds resurface, secrets are revealed, and sparks reignite. But could their future ever be free of their past? Told in dual timelines that unravel the magic and pain of first love, Just Friends is a moving, romantic story about second chances, the weight of dreams, and finding your way back to the people who feel like home.
See, the synopsis makes it sound really good.
It does, yeah.
However, it's not.
Let's just, okay, so
Yeah. What we liked about it, Beth?
I could come up with 3 things I liked about it.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
I did cry when Aunt Lottie died.
That was sad.
So I was invested enough to feel that pain.
Okay. That was sad.
Harper, who is a very minor character, is probably my favorite character in the whole book.
Did not get to Harper.
She's an alcoholic teenager.
Oh, perfect.
Lovely. Who works at the coffee shop.
Okay. I probably would have enjoyed her as well.
But she just had like such like a funny personality, and for how small her role in the book was, like she just really stood out to me. I liked her. I could have used more of her in the book and less of the FMC.
Blair.
The story itself had good bones, which I think the synopsis shows, but it definitely needed work, and I think it actually would be better marketed as YA.
I would
Agreed.
definitely agree
There's
with
no
that.
spice. It's very closed door as far as
Very, very
written like for YA, but not marketed towards.
I don't know Haley. Is she
Haley?
Haley? Haley.
Haley.
This is not your genre.
No, this
Haley
is not my
is-
genre at all. But like, what is her typical book recommendations?
I'd say more like Emily Henry, those kind of romance.
Exactly like this.
You know, a lot of books that have cartoon characters on the cover, those are her jam.
Yeah, okay.
With those.
This checks out then.
So those are my positives. All right, Susie, give us your...
I also had 3. It encapsulated what grief feels like very well. I feel like that was the main center of the story. And, you know, some things that can just come out of nowhere can hit you and you're like brought down in that grief again.
Not to disagree with you, but I disagree with you. But go on.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, everyone handles grief their own way. But
I think that's what I struggled with. How she was with grief isn't how I've like.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like grief can't swamp you and it can't come in waves and it can't be make life seem not unrealistic, but you know what I mean? Like you almost feel
Yeah.
separated from life. But yeah,
when my papa died, it was so sudden that it like kind of tilted me off its axis. And Cass was there. I went down a dark hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I
did-
related.
Sadie was probably my most sudden loss, most horrifying, but
Yeah.
at least like with my grandparents, we saw it coming for both of them. So, which I do think is better because you have that time to say goodbye. You have that time. You almost have like a pre-grief.
Yeah.
You know,
grieve
grief.
before
Whereas
the
like
real
I
grief.
think the shock of a loss is harder to handle.
Yeah. Because I was getting my lashes done at your house. And then I got a call in the middle of it.
No, we had just finished your lashes.
Yeah.
Like literally just finished. And you got a call.
And then I ruined them all by crying.
Yeah. Well, fair. Valid.
So my next thing, I did relate to the main character's feelings of not having a father and being raised by a single mother. So I related to her in that way as well. I also related to how the friend group kind of dissipated once they all went their separate ways, like once they were no longer roommates and had their own lives, like the group chat would dwindle and it'd be like days before you get a response, like that kind of growing out of a friendship I got.
It kind of reminded me of, we actually talked about this in the Fable group at one point. I don't know if you guys were part of that conversation of work friends. One of our members, I think she had joined and she kind of talked about losing friends and things like that. And we kind of got into the topic of you could become so close with your work friends because you see them all day, every day,
Yeah.
not you because you don't have any work friends.
I have work friends.
I guess clients, your clients would kind of be your work
Griffin's
friends.
my work friend. No, well, when I did work at an actual salon, I
Yeah.
had work friends there, and I am still friends with a few of those girls. But yeah,
But there's so
Yeah.
many of them that like you would be so close with because you'd be working beside them day after day,
Yeah.
all day, and in some ways you'd have closer relationships with them than some of like your own friends and family. But then you leave that workplace and you just never talk again.
oh no, I still talk to a couple of them.
I still talk to a lot of like my coworkers from different jobs periodically, but I mean from going from like talking all day, every day, knowing like every aspect of each
Yeah.
other's
Like being
lives.
best
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
strangers is like hard. Anyway, I feel like that's relatable for a lot of adult
Yeah.
friendships. So I think that was well done. But that's it. That's all the positives I've got.
I DNF'd it in chapter 4, so I don't have any upsides. But
Give us your negatives. Why
is not.
did you DNF?
This is not my genre.
No.
So I will preface it with that. Like this
you
is
are the reader this book was not meant for.
Yeah.
correct. So for me to be grabbed by a contemporary romance, it's a hard ask.
I'm excited but scared for you to read Nora.
Yeah.
You guys might not be friends.
This is now I would recommend like the book that we're going to be reading. Would recommend for you. I would not necessarily recommend for you. So I feel like you need to give her one more chance with the book. I do think that you would enjoy.
The Bride series I'd probably like.
No, I would not.
What? You said the Bride series I would like.
Yeah, maybe when you were going to be a bride. I'm pretty sure I said the Bride series she would like.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where it's like the haunting of the brides?
Oh,
I thought it
that's a
was.
different one. So she does have the Bride Quartet, but that's like a fluffy bride one.
No, I'm talking
you're talking about the
darker one.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it. I don't think you would love it.
'Kay.
There is a one where like it's kind of like It vibes to it.
I would like that.
You would really like that one. There's also like a like dark witchy Ireland one that I also think you would like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When our Fable book club was asked what book they want to read for April, we don't normally do that, but we're like, what do we want to do?
Yeah.
Let's leave it to the girls in book club. And they chose horribly wrong. I'm just
And
kidding.
boys. Got some boys in there. The girls and boys.
Oh yeah, the girls
Yeah.
and boys. But they chose a cozy romantasy.
Which is
Yes.
Nora Roberts' The Awakening, right? That's yours?
That's what we've chosen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but just not.
The Dragon Legacy series.
Love it.
not my usual ask or my usual pick. So this should be interesting.
Go on with your cons.
My cons?
Yes.
Okay.
She's got a list.
I DNF'd on chapter 4. The first thing I noticed was it immediately gave me the Summer I Turned Pretty vibes.
Yeah.
Like just too many similarities where I was like, am I reading The Summer I Turned Pretty or am I reading another book? I don't, because it was in a beach town. There was a lot of like tourists that came around, like just like so many, the aunt was dying. Well, Susanna was more like,
And it was lung cancer.
and it was lung cancer. Like it just so many similarities. And I was like,
Well, and I don't know if you saw the comment earlier where it was like they were calling her Con, which
Yeah.
is Vietnamese for child.
Yeah.
And then Susie was saying about how she doesn't like how her mom kept calling her baby. And I was like, Con/baby just doesn't slap the same way as Connie baby.
no, it does not. This is 100% your look, Connie baby. I found and also the way she started the book with what I thought was like grammatical errors because of the way her Aunt Lottie spoke. It wasn't clarified that was how she spoke until like chapter 2 or something. So that to me, I was like, are we already making mistakes in how she's like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she should have kind of segued
different
into that
opening.
like because I was like, what?
I actually, when I was reading that, I had to go back and there was, it said Old English style of something. And I was like, oh, well, maybe that's the description of how Aunt Lottie talked. So that was like, I think chapter 1.
Yeah.
But the fact that I didn't catch it and then all of a sudden I just started reading these sentences that are just like,
That's
oh
what
my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're already starting off really wrong.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm pretty sure, started right before I did because I went in knowing.
Yes.
So I read that first line being like, oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
English
like,
is their second language.
I was like, why? What? I'm like, first off, I've already noticed an error. And Susie's like, if it's Lottie, it's purposeful. And I was like, oh, okay.
As a reader.
Going in, you're
yeah.
like, ooh.
Yeah.
Not that that would stop me from reading a book, but just something I picked up on. I found that the descriptions of things were a little too juvenile, in my opinion. And then this one is very like just me. But she was given a pet name by Declan in like chapter 3. He called her a blue-footed booby, and that gave me the ick.
He also called her Little Bird.
Yeah.
Little Bird is better than that.
That comes back around at the end.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's even in the book cover, by the way, the blue
bird?
booby, yeah.
Pick any other bird, you know? Like,
Why are you
that
calling her
was
a
just
booby?
what?
Why would he call her a
That's
booby?
what I'm saying. Like, it's just
That's-
it's not an endearing pet name.
No, I don't want to be called a boob.
It's insulting. I found Blair just simply annoying. That's all I have to say about her. The MMC was very bland to me. He didn't have a lot of...
I think that was writing, but
Yeah.
Probably. I found there was a lot of over-description on things that didn't need to be over-described.
yes.
And the connection between the FMC and the MMC just felt lacking to me in the first little bit. Like, you know, when you meet two characters in like the first little bit and you feel that like instant pull, I did not get that with those two.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
I just
No.
couldn't continue on.
I think what the Summer I Turned Pretty did well was that it went into detail. Like there was actual like chemistry between Conrad and Belly in
Yeah.
the flashbacks. Whereas in the flashbacks in this book, it was very bland and I don't know. There's just no
It was
chemistry.
very surface level.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
very
flat.
flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. They both really didn't have any personality and whatever they did say to each other, it felt kind of forced. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it
the-
just was lacking.
Yeah. It was like you're trying to convince us they have a connection, but it doesn't translate to the page.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's kind of how I felt. Like I just didn't feel any pull. I think we've discussed before, I'm fine reading a book with no spice, but there has to be that yearn.
Yeah, I didn't feel any urine in this.
Yes.
Even
There's
when
no
they were
urine.
like pressing themselves closely together, I was just like, and then they're still talking. Like
Yeah.
they're supposed to be like kissing, but they're still having like,
Like
a full
urine
conversation.
is so important for so many things when you're writing a romance book.
Yeah.
Like especially if it's strictly a romance
Yeah.
book, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
There was no yearn.
and I think that's because I don't typically like these types of books, but I think that's why I loved The Summer I Turned Pretty, because that instant like yearning between Connie and Belly is just like burning.
Okay, but yearn, I feel very much is part of romance.
It has to
100%.
be.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If you don't have that
Like-
in a contemporary romance only novel.
Any romance, there's always some kind of yearn.
Yeah.
I think she tried, especially when they were reconnected. Like she did try to explain that she was yearning for this man that she loved and
Well,
lost.
she kept talking about the longing.
the longing.
The
his,
longing. I hope he doesn't see
you
the
know,
longing in my face and the
I'm
longing
just like-
in his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just not great. Like I love the urine, and I did not get that from this.
Okay, so I don't feel super bad, like super hard of a critic because it's not my preferred genre.
No, I would say all of
No.
your points are
Legit? Okay.
Yeah, especially for how you've only read 4 chapters.
But you know
all
what?
of those things kind of carry throughout the book. For me,
Yeah, and like
everything
I
you've
feel
said.
like
Yeah.
those few first chapters are really crucial to draw a reader in. So if you can't do that,
yeah,
and you guys like these books like off
Yeah.
the hop, so
I do like Emily Henry, like People We Meet on Vacation.
Oh,
that
so
was
good.
really good. And then the movie is now out, and that was
Also
also really
very
good.
good.
Loved it. This is not going to be like
that.
that.
Okay.
you actually might enjoy People We Meet on Vacation.
I think you
I
should
thought it was
read
a TV show.
It's
It's a movie now.
Is it a movie with
Yeah.
It was a book first, though.
What's his face? Steve
Yeah.
Carell? That one?
No,
No.
That's 4 seasons. I think maybe you're thinking.
Okay,
of.
yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
was thinking of that.
4 Seasons was good too, although Steve Carell has been playing some characters recently that are questionable. Yeah.
That was a great show, though.
I'll have to
But
watch
no, this one is. She's from My Lady Jane, and he was from The Hunger Games, I believe, the newest one.
Oh,
the
okay.
Songbird.
Yes, he was the
He
main
played-
character. He
yeah.
played Snow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Perfect.
Before he was President Snow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So my cons, I agree with basically everything Cass said, but I felt like there was a lot of weird word choices, which we went over. There was a lot of over explanation, so no room for interpretation. Like every way this character reacted to things, she knew why she reacted that way. Whereas like when you're in grief, you don't really clock that you're acting out in that moment, where it was like immediately clocking why she reacted that way.
It's almost like in hindsight when you start to come out of like the bubble of grief.
Then you
that you start to realize that
yeah.
you're acting a little crazy.
Yeah. Whereas like she was aware of everything.
Yeah, she's like, I'm doing this because I'm in grief. I'm grieving.
I'm immediately embarrassed like that I reacted this way after I just said something stupid. Which
but I'm grieving.
yeah, which is like unrealistic to me. There's also a major plot hole. So when the MMC and FMC have their confrontation as to why they didn't talk for the 4 years, I don't want to give away too much, but it's just a massive plot hole that didn't make any sense. This is a spoiler, by the way. There's a letter that he sends. He's like, why didn't you ever write me back? It's like giving Noah from
Yeah,
the Notebook.
Yep.
It's like, okay, so you guys just never talked again, or you didn't think that maybe your letter didn't get delivered, so you just didn't call or send a text or go on social media.
It came kind of out of nowhere and it didn't make sense. And it kind of seemed like a really flimsy part to put into the book.
Like once I got to that part, I was like, are you serious? I was pissed. I was like, this is stupid. I didn't
Yeah,
like it.
I would agree with that.
Another thing, the female main character seemed very juvenile. She resents her friends for not reaching out more after Lottie passes away and is mostly just thinking about herself and not really understanding that everyone has their own stuff going on. They weren't around or your friends when you lived in this town. They were your college friends. So they didn't witness that relationship firsthand to understand
They had heard about him.
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah.
About Declan, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean like when Lottie died.
Oh, Lottie.
Yeah, when Lottie died, they weren't around to know the.
They didn't know her, but I'm just thinking even like with Declan, like she's like, oh, they didn't really ask like about this but yeah, like with Lottie,
Yeah.
it's like she's like they never asked me how I am.
Yeah, it's like such a petty little thing. Also, there was a part where Harper, she said that Declan really likes sweet drinks
Yeah.
because that was their drink of the month at the cafe.
Yeah.
Blair, she's mad or upset that other people know this fact about Declan. She's like,
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one who knew he liked sweet
As if
drinks.
this was like a deep, dark secret. Like
Yeah, I'm like, that's not a secret. And he runs a coffee
dare
shop.
he
Like,
share his love of sweet drinks with other people.
with other women.
that's what I mean. She's just so annoying. And for her age, that should not even have been a thought.
Yeah.
That went
For
through
me
her
to
head.
pick up on how juvenile she was 4 chapters in is bad, but like
Yeah, it
this
doesn't
just
stop.
solidifies
She
it.
does not grow.
Yeah, there's no character growth. Perfect.
Another thing, I didn't feel any connection to Declan or Blair. And there's a lot of telling you what's going on in the feelings versus showing you through dialogue and like actions.
Yeah.
So you don't get that emotional connection to the characters.
And this is where banter's everything too.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no banter.
It really helps you connect to the 2 characters if you have good banter.
Because it's like tension.
Yes, it's part
But
of the
there's-
yearn.
Yeah, and there's none. And so like because you don't have that emotional connection, you don't root for the characters to get together.
Yeah.
Like you're fine either way.
Yeah.
The last thing, you mentioned that I got annoyed when she called her baby, like the mom called her
Yeah.
baby too much. But the last thing was that Blair very much focused on Declan's irises. So there's a lot of mention of that in a short amount of time too, like in the same kind of like bundle of chapters. It's like either irises that she's focusing on in those two
pupils.
chapters. Yeah. Or his freckles. Those are my
So
comments.
I'm going to start my first one off with that because that was probably one of the things that bothered me right at the beginning.
Those two
was the pupils dilating. She like said something and she's like, "Did his pupils just dilate?" I was like, "No one notices that."
Nope.
No,
What?
I have never. Actually, last week I noticed my aunts for like the first in my life, and it's only because one was bigger than the other one.
That is very weird.
Exactly, and I said to her, so she's a nurse, and I said to her, I was like, "Your one pupil is bigger than the other one. Like it looked like it was like blown out, and the other one looked normal."
Weird.
So we like went into the bathroom, and they like when her eyes refocused, the one is I guess naturally bigger than the other one, but because we were kind of like in darker settings, like your pupils dilate to take in more light. One, you could noticeably see the difference between a big one and a
Weird.
small one. But I know it's usually like it can be a sign of something,
Nefarious.
like really bad. So that's it. But I'm just like that. This is the first in my life I've ever noticed someone's pupils dilating, and it wasn't even like I noticed them dilating; they were already dilated.
But like she was trying to do it to make it seem like so romantic.
Yes.
It's not.
It's just, that's not how you
I said
do
no
it.
one notices that, if ever.
No.
And like I said, it's got to be like a weird circumstance that you're like, your pupils are weird.
Yeah. No.
There's a lot of inconsistencies in the story. For example, she explains how her parents were screaming at one another, mainly her dad, and how her mom told her pack a bag in the night and they left. But then later, during her first date with Declan, she talks about how her dad left her.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, but you left your dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
So like it wasn't really making sense to what.
No,
Yeah,
and then
no.
like, and like, there are certain things like that it would constantly kind of bounce back and forth between stories, and I'm like, this is not up. Yeah, to me, the story read like a really bad YA romance. I did think it was weird because so the same way how you jump into Aunt Lottie's broken English, she explains in the first chapter that her Aunt Lottie calls her Con, which is again Vietnamese for child.
Yeah.
And then in a later chapter, her mom starts calling her Con as well, but it's never explained that like my family calls me this or this is, you know what I mean? Like this is a nickname. It's just like she very much specified that her Aunt Lottie is the one who calls her that.
Yeah.
So it took me like my brain a minute to realize it was her mom talking, not her Aunt Lottie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like that kind of threw me and just seemed very inconsistent with the characters and what you've kind of been told up until that point.
Right.
And Not Quite Dead Yet, we've talked about Jet's sarcasm, which
Yep.
came off as a way for her to handle like the trauma in life and dark humor, and I enjoyed it.
Yep.
For Blair, her sarcasm missed the mark every single time.
Oh, that's
And I was like, please just stop.
that's so upsetting. It does take
You are
a
butchering sarcasm.
yeah,
right
it
now.
takes a special talent to hit the mark on sarcasm in writing.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah. As a very sarcastic person, it hurt me.
As a very dry, sarcastic person, I understand.
Their weirdness, Declan and Blair's weirdness with one another, was just that. It was weird. Like it wasn't the.
I felt that,
It wasn't
yeah.
we used to date weird. It just felt weird.
It didn't click. Nothing
No,
felt
no, it
natural or.
And I
yeah.
think maybe because there was no yearning with the weirdness, like you didn't get that feeling, so it just felt weird. So it made any romance between them feel unnatural.
To me, specifically when they were playing, what was it, football?
Yeah.
To me, he treated her like a little sister.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like, not to say, because like in The Summer I Turned Pretty, Connie,
Oh, yeah.
there was that kind of aspect too, but you could sense a shift in their relationship throughout the series in a good way. Like he looked at her as like he was the older brother, but there was that like internal struggle with Connie, like with his feelings for Belly.
Yeah.
And you could feel that. And it didn't feel like a brother-sister situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I read the books too, and
It came across the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Whereas this one, like when they first got reunited, he came off like he didn't know her. It was very awkward. And then
Yeah.
like it's like flip flop between I'm going to be really cold and distant with you, and then I'm going to be like somewhat friendly and a completely different person. Like
so weird. Like,
so that was annoying too.
yeah.
Yeah. She had some really weird descriptive words. One that stood out to me was hugga.
Yeah.
Was
it
it
all
you that
caps?
sent me that screenshot?
No, that was a different one. There's two. There's haga, and then there's like guac.
Yeah, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. It was for a strangled laugh. And I'm not even joking. I probably sat there for like 3 to 5 minutes going, Haga. Haga.
It's like that. It's like that reel that goes around where he's like, and he smiled or she smiled with her bottom teeth, and you're like, yeah. It's like trying to pronounce it in your head.
Yeah.
Oh.
The reason why they didn't talk again and the ins and outs of the whole situation makes no sense to me.
I'm with you on that.
And this is where one of my other cons was that you could see his mom coming from a mile away. She mentions his mom being there when she left after their fight.
Yep.
And I'm just like, yep. And then she mentions the letter, and I was like, that's because the letter was never delivered.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't. But yeah, like, so as like they're talking about everything and they're talking about this letter and they're talking about why, like, he's like, you never came to see me. He says like how he did want to see her at first, but then he did, and he was scared of seeing her, but she never came through that door. It was so weird. And then later she goes on, like, I'm like chapters later, she mentions that she sat there waiting to see him and his mom told her that he didn't want to see her.
Yeah.
And I was like, but why wasn't that part of like the hashing out when you guys were talking about why you didn't talk?
Yeah.
And like what happened and everything.
Yeah.
Like, why is it mentioned later? And then like there's this letter, and like he's so fixated that she like didn't get this letter. And like that seems like a big thing. And yeah, I'm sitting there like, why didn't one of you text like the other person?
Yeah, exactly. It's so easy to rectify this issue. Like, hey, I sent you a letter. Like, I haven't heard back. Did you get it? It's so easy.
And I'm sorry, like, this is a person that you have been best friends with since you were 5, allegedly in love with since you were 5, mutually
Just like
in
the summer
love,
I turned pretty.
and neither of you tried to really get a hold of one another.
And not only that, but the fight that they had did not warrant 4 years of not talking.
Yeah, like it
Again,
it just-
juvenile.
yes, it was very juvenile.
Yeah.
It did not make sense at all for the time. It did not make sense for like anyone has like that kind of like best friend, that kind of romance, like that in your
would
life,
have
no
a
matter how
deeper
old,
connection.
there would be something
And
more.
better communication with that length of history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, sorry, but
yeah, like if it was like, oh, sorry, he doesn't want to see you right now, I'd be like, I don't care, I'm going in, or I'm coming
Yeah.
back tomorrow, and then the day after that, if he doesn't want to see me, he can come tell me that to my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Like,
But
and
it's just,
then
like,
and then okay,
acceptance.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, and then like if he came out and he's like, I don't want to see you, and then she's like, okay, and then she runs away, and then he's like, I still secretly love her. Then okay, you've just added at least a little bit to the story.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just like, yeah.
I agree with everything you just said.
I didn't read it, but I also agree.
So hearing his story of what happened after the accident actually made me like empathize and identify more with him. But it took 70% of the book
Nope.
to feel anything for him.
That's too long.
Yeah.
So that was like the most human and real he felt in the entire book.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Before that, he was just a cardboard person.
There's another thing that I didn't write down here that really was like, I felt like Haley was trying too hard to write things that people would underline as a meaningful quote in the book. Like there's just a lot of like, I really want this to be deep.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was kind of repetitive too. Like,
Yeah.
so
There
that
was a lot of repetitiveness of feelings and situations, and it was just, yeah. I feel like I have a lot of cons.
Yeah.
that's okay.
I did feel nothing but annoyed with the FMC through
She
the
annoyed,
entire
irritated
book,
me.
beginning
I couldn't
to end.
even, yeah.
The narrative of her and the cottage drives me bonkers. So like you're given this $1 million cottage, and it's like, I don't know, like she's like tormented over it. And it's like,
I've never been here, but I see Waddy in the kitchen. Like,
yeah. Yeah. And not only that, but your mom still lives there. Would you not be coming back to see her? You could rent it out. Like there's so much things, and it's just like, but she's so tormented by it.
yeah.
And it's like, shut up.
Like, I'll take your house if you don't want it.
Right.
Brutal.
By the beach. Like, I'll
And
take
it
it.
sounds stunning. The lavender farm in the back.
Oh, very, very the summer I turned pretty.
Yeah.
Like copy and paste.
Yeah, it was just, yeah. But the other thing with it too was that he kept being like kind of pushing her to keep it. Like, why would you not want to keep this? This is like she obviously planned this with you in mind, and she thought of you when she did this, and she thought of you with the lavender, and
Like just so dramatic. I would keep it. Like,
so he's asking, like telling her, he's like, I'll help you fix it up. It just needs a little bit of cosmetic work and blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as she's
like
like
Connie
oh,
did.
like maybe, yeah, like, you know, like what would it take for, or what would you do? Like, so you're talking to him about the renos, and then he's like, well, you're leaving soon anyways. I was like, you just kept pushing her for like 2 chapters. that you would do renos for her, and now she's like,
Well,
maybe.
Connie did renos on their cottage, Susanna's cottage, for Belly's wedding. So.
Like I said before, I saw Declan's mom coming from a mile away. Like as soon as he's like, I want you to come with me to my dad's gala, I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
And they forgave her way too easily.
Who is they? Her mom and him?
Declan and Blair
Okay.
forgave his mom. She essentially lied to Blair because, like, I think when at first he didn't want to see Blair, then he did, and she was like, no, and then she kept the letter. She didn't deliver the letter and told him that she did.
Okay.
And then she essentially kind of like attacked Blair at this gala.
Yeah.
Pretty much telling her that she's too lost in her grief to give Declan like what he needs, and pretty much just like goes in.
Okay.
Which I don't understand why she's like that anyway, because if they're best friends, she was very close with her
Yeah.
mom. And then all of a sudden she just suddenly hates Blair. Like,
Yeah.
makes zero sense.
Yeah. Blair spirals from this and she's like, I know I'm doing this and this is like the last thing that he wants me to do. And this is, I ran away before. And so I'm sitting there being like, so you're admitting the 4 years of silence is your fault because now you're saying that you did this before.
And you ran away.
Yeah.
This is all making me so happy I did not finish this book.
So
I miss my $14.
Behind the scenes, he confronts his mom and she admits to everything. And then she finds this letter that she's had hidden away. And she's like, give this to her. And I hope it's the beginning of, you know, us fixing things and at the beginning of my apology to her. And I want to apologize. And then they're just like, she's like, I'm not even upset that your mom lied. And he's like, me neither, babe. And then that's it. That's
The way the cookie crumbles.
And my last con is they finished with a 6 months later
No,
chapter.
epilogue. An unnecessary
Oh, and guess how it
epilogue.
ends, Cass?
How?
Will you marry me?
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it?
With the blue-footed booby quote.
No, it did not.
Yeah,
Yep.
he gave her a pebble. Do you know who also gives pebbles to their soulmates? Penguins.
I'm deleting that book immediately off my Kindle.
Okay, guys. Well, we went through our pros, as little as there were. We went through our massive list of cons. But now we have a little segment I want to do, which, Cass, you probably didn't read any of these because you didn't get that far.
No,
But
I'm excited.
we have a little game. This is one of the things that was heavily criticized was the word choices and sentence structures. But this segment is called, what does that word even mean?
Perfect.
So
Okay.
I'm going to read you the quote, and then you have to guess what it means, and I will read you the definition.
Okay.
Okay.
Quote number 1. This is the most viral one. I have to yield to a conglomerate of pedestrians almost every 10 feet.
A lot.
A lot, like a big amount, like a large amount of pedestrians.
A number of different things or parts that are put or grouped together to form a whole, but remain distinct entities.
Excuse me?
A number of different...
Conglomerate, I always put with like businesses.
That is
Not-
it's a
not-
business term.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah, why are you
Tourists.
using that towards humans?
Like something feel even more dry. I'm going to use business terms.
Yeah. Like the Google quote or example, it says the earth is a specialized conglomerate of organisms. So different things, species, whatever, are
All
together.
working together.
However, pedestrians are not different species.
No.
So I don't know. It just didn't make sense.
Interesting. Okay.
Quote number 2.
Oh boy.
That feeling is personified in my stomach right now. This was page 1.
Personified. This one I did read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little person. It's like that scene from, what is it, Hot Chicks? No. It's me.
Jessica, I'm in here.
That's what you think personified means?
That's what Beth's going with.
It's a little person inside of you.
Hello. Personified, I feel like the feelings are like,
A whole...
no, they're being... Shut up. You're losing my train of thought.
It's already derailed.
Whatever feeling is going on in her stomach has become bigger.
Representing an abstract quality as a person or being the perfect embodiment of a trait. So she is kindness personified. Involves attributing human qualities to inanimate objects or ideas. Synonyms include embodied, incarnate, typified, or represented.
I just don't know if it makes sense.
It makes
doesn't,
no sense.
not in this context,
No.
no. Quote number 3. I don't know if this one's really hard to understand. It was just weird. I chuckle to distill the potency of that confession.
Just unnecessary description.
I don't like
To
I
say-
chuckle because you're not trying to distill the potency, because when you distill something you actually make it stronger.
Yeah.
So you actually do you like, you know what I mean? Like distilleries.
Yeah,
Like
if we're
if you
talking
were
about
to
alcohol.
distill something, you're actually making it usually is stronger when you distill something. She's trying to like lighten the potency.
That's what she's trying to mean.
Yeah. So it would be
She's
the
trying-
opposite of what she's
But
trying
she's
to say.
trying to, she's trying to just diffuse, maybe would be the
Ooh,
word.
diffuse might be what she was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diffuse the potency of that confession.
Man,
Yeah.
maybe I should be an author. Just kidding.
Maybe.
I would
Talk about
never.
that. Let's talk about that.
I would never.
This one also, I don't have a definition for because I think we all know what this word means, but my mom's offhand advice burrowed into my hardwiring.
I actually have that one highlighted in my
Because you hated it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was like, I got concerned for a
was
second.
like, we only
that was actually going to be one of my quotes
Oh.
that I was debating reading today.
Yeah. Well,
Lines you loved?
Except for it was going to be lines I didn't love.
Oh, okay.
Because really, this was my book this week.
burrowed
And
into
every
her hardwiring.
every line I read, I did not love.
Yeah. Back to definitions.
Yeah.
His smile was saccharinely, I can't even say it.
saccharinely?
Saccharinely disarming.
Disgustingly sweet.
Is that what that's supposed to mean?
I'm pretty sure.
It is an adverb describing an action done in an excessively sweet, sugary, or ingratiation
High five.
manner.
You did it.
You
I may
did
not
it.
be able to speak the English, but I know the English.
Quote number 6. The silence stretched between us with cataclysmic gravity.
There's just no need for these large words.
No.
I think they just mean like she means like very large and explosive.
No.
Oh,
Like catalyst?
I kind of saw like a what do you call it? A chasm, like a.
Chasm?
But there's a different word I'm looking for. Like in Ice Age, when the squirrel puts the nut, and
Yes.
then you get that break.
Yep.
What is that called?
Oh, a canyon?
Yeah, kind of like a canyon.
I don't know what it's called, but I know exactly
know.
what you're saying or thinking of.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean?
Used to emphasize the extent of something bad or unwelcome, or relating to or denoting a violent natural event. So there's two different kind of meanings.
The first one kind of works. I think most
Yeah.
people would think of the second one though.
This last one here. hurts
I
my
don't
brain.
know how to
How
say
are you
it.
going to say that? I can't
I'm gonna
even say that.
struggle.
Insouciance.
Insouciance.
Oh, you were right. Good
My
job, Beth.
English.
Damn.
Yeah. So he said it
Insouciance?
with a kind of insouciance that made my stomach twist.
I wouldn't even know where to
I don't
begin.
even know that one.
Okay. It's a noun meaning a relaxed, carefree, or nonchalant state, often characterized by a lack of concern, worry, or anxiety.
Why did you just say that?
Here's
so
my
he
thought.
said that
I
so
feel like she-
nonchalantly it made her stomach twist.
I feel like she was like, what's a more eloquent, like fancy word for
I
this?
feel like she had another screen up through a lot of this with
the-
synonyms.
Yeah. Some
Yes.
people were saying that she consulted I can't even say it. Thesaurus.
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 Yeah.
That's a really hard word for me. I don't know why.
When you said it, it actually hurt my brain.
I'm sorry.
Is that how it feels when I talk?
Sometimes, yes. Yes.
I've never said that word out loud. That was the first time I've said it.
But that's like so many words that we've said here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have read hundreds of times, but I've never actually used in conversation. Doing a podcast is better education than taking English.
It really is.
People are like, you guys are going to be judging a book and you can't even speak words.
I can
we
read
are.
the words.
Yeah, we
You
are.
can read it. I can't
I
say
can
it.
read the words.
Anyway, so yeah, those were the personified one and the conglomerate were the main two, I think, because that's early in the
Yeah.
book. A lot of people DNF'd, so they probably didn't get one. And there was one I didn't highlight or put in here, but I read it and I tried to, you know how the Kindles, you can like click on the word, especially the color
Yes,
softs.
yeah.
And it will tell you the definition.
I did that for one of them. I forget what it was.
I don't know what it is. It started with an M and the Kindle did not have a definition for it. So I don't know if it's a real word.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now let's get into some discussion. There's been a lot of talk about influencers becoming authors and if they get special treatment. Do you think that publishers are more willing to take chances on influencers who do
Yes.
have massive followings?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they
biggest
already
thing-
have the following.
Exactly, because the biggest thing when you are publishing a book is that you need that book to sell. Doesn't matter how good the author is or how good that book is. If it doesn't sell, you don't make money.
Yeah.
As a publisher, to ensure that you are going to sell however many books that your goal is, if they already have this many people who are following them, listening to them, all of that, it's like a no-brainer as a publisher.
100%.
Yeah, it's free marketing, basically. They
Yeah.
don't really
They don't have to do
it.
it.
They've come in pre-marketed.
Yeah.
And then do you think that creates an unfair advantage compared to unknown writers who don't have followings trying to get published?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, yes.
I feel like that would piss me off. Like if I know that my book's better than this and they only got published because they do have like millions of subscribers,
And
that's
how much
not fair.
work too it is, like, to be an amazing author. And a lot of times we've talked about this, like with the ghostwriting and things like that. Like if you are a great author and you can't get your work seen.
Yeah. But this person gets their work seen because they have a
because of
following
who they
online.
are.
Yeah.
How much time do you think Haley spent on this book? Just based
13
on the
hours.
It's a very specific number of hours.
Well, I feel like it was probably like a week, but she probably didn't work on it all day, every day.
You're very
I'm
wrong.
going to say a month.
I'm very wrong.
You guys are very wrong.
Okay.
4 years.
For that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself.
Like once a year?
I don't know.
One day each year?
Yeah.
I don't
Today
know.
I'm going to work on my book. And that's enough. I'll see you next year.
I don't doubt that she was extremely proud of it, but I do think that because of her bigger following online,
If she was an unknown person,
it wouldn't have gotten published.
No.
this it may not have gotten published, but also like it should have been for free.
That should have been on Kindle
Unlimited.
But there's a lot of good books on Kindle Unlimited too.
There is,
And
for
even if
sure.
it's not on Kindle Unlimited, I think the most it should be is 99 cents.
I
I
was
wouldn't
gonna
have,
say 99 cents.
If I had known what I was going into, I wouldn't have even paid 99 cents. I'm quite upset I paid $14.
If I was looking for
I
a
am
book
too.
while on vacation and I read all my books and I was like, I just need something I don't really care to read for 99 cents, this would have been it.
I do know some people are probably going to come for us for being harsh, but at the end of the day, this is our honest thoughts about this book.
Yeah.
It is a review. It's not anything to do with Haley. And I get it's her debut novel as well. It isn't going to be great, but there should have been more to the story to warrant the level of marketing that the publishing house put into this.
Bingo.
So
Yeah.
those are my thoughts, and you can come at us if you want,
I
but
agree with her thoughts, so you can come at me too.
Yeah. I didn't even finish it, so.
And you know what? That's fair. Not everyone likes every book, and there's a lot of people that will agree.
But I don't like contemporary romance, so.
We do.
But that's fair, but we do,
Yeah.
and we also did not enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
It's just, yeah.
If you were a publisher, would you make the same decision?
Yes, unfortunately.
Business decision.
Selfish-
For
it's
business.
For business.
Yeah. Because of her following, it was going to sell regardless of how
It'll
it is.
sell itself, right?
And
Basically.
even with the negativity, it still sells because people are like,
People are
I'm
talking about it.
curious.
All three of us
Yeah.
bought the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
we
I
fell
spent
into
Way
it
too much money on this book.
I was like, I wonder if people are being like harsh and nitpicky because they don't like the fact that she's an influencer, or they just don't like her in general. Or is it because it's actually just not a well-written book? And it was the latter for me.
I
and
didn't
that's-
even
I
know who
think
she was, and
Neither
I
did
didn't
I.
like it.
I didn't know who she was, and I definitely went into it with an open mind because I was like, I know that people can hate on romance, and romance is the genre, and even like Rotten Tomatoes. I don't even pay attention to Rotten
No, I
Tomatoes.
don't
Half the
either.
time, if they say it's really good, I'm probably not going to like it.
Yeah.
If they say it's really bad, I'm probably going to enjoy it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
all subjective too.
And
It's
people
so
hate
subjective.
on influencers
And
always.
so I was like, do you know what? This
So-
probably is not as bad as everyone is saying.
I also had that mindset, shockingly enough.
So
that's why I
went
bought
in-
it.
I went into it with a lot of positivity.
So did I. And then the first
Yeah.
page happened, and I was like, oh no. Oh no.
First
yeah.
page, first chapter,
Oh.
you're like, yeah,
It didn't leave a good taste in my mouth.
yeah.
Does it make you more or less likely to read a book if it's written by an influencer you know? Because you guys don't know Haley. So if you did know an influencer, does that make you more likely to read their book?
Yes. I read, so we listened to Morbid podcast.
Mm-hmm.
One of the girls from that, she wrote a novel or a book called The Butcher and the Wren, and it was really good. But I probably wouldn't have picked it up if I didn't know who she was.
Fair.
Yeah,
I think
would.
it could go either way.
Yeah.
Like, especially if she's big into the book world, book talk, book whatever, you kind of think she might have a good idea of how to do this. Mm-hmm. Right? And I think for
Elena.
yeah, and Morbid, I think her writing for someone who didn't write books
Was really well.
Was-
did,
yeah.
Did you read it, The Butcher
Yeah.
and the Wren? Yeah. I haven't read the second one yet, but I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So you just never know. Like, I think
Yeah.
it is kind of that thing where it's like sometimes it's like how, like, what is the saying? Like the people who can't do teach.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing, right? So like you could have like know how a good book is set up. You could know how you want people to feel reading this book. But if you can't actually write it so the people identify with your characters, with your story, you're not a good writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End of the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of like a follow-up question to what you said. Do you think being a big reader helps someone become a better writer?
You had made the comment being like, you should write kids novels,
Yeah.
like kids books. And I'm just like, just because I know how to, like, what makes a good kids book or what makes a good novel,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I
couldn't do it.
because I would love to write a book. I'd
Yeah.
love to do that. I would stress out about dialogue, how to properly write dialogue so that it came across the way that I wanted it to, for it to like really sit well with people and how I want it to sit with them.
Yes.
And I just think it would be a lot.
I know my limits.
Yeah.
Writing a book is not one of them.
One of my girlfriends in the UK, she wrote a little like poem book. And I actually said to her, I was like, you should make this into a kid's book, because it wasn't super long, but like, I was like, it was like about a snowman. It rhymed. I thought it was really cute, really well done. I was like, children's book would be great. I don't even know if I could do that.
No, I couldn't. Definitely not.
Last question that I'm going to ask. Do you think readers want familiar tropes or do they crave originality?
Both.
Yeah, definitely both.
I'd say both too.
I think people have their favorite tropes for
We
a reason.
have, yes,
Yeah.
we definitely have our favorite tropes, but I think we want originality in the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
the
same tropes,
characters.
but different, unique story
Yeah,
behind
you can,
it.
Yeah.
There's so many ways, hundreds of ways that you can do enemies to lovers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, there needs to be originality in the story.
Yeah. So another thing we're talking about is the difference between criticism and dogpiling. So where's the line between valid criticism and internet bullying?
I do think a lot of people confuse hate with criticism with hate, because any kind of negativity is not allowed. Any type of, thinking that goes against the popular whatever idea is hate.
Yeah.
But book reviews are there for a reason.
For sure.
There's such a difference, and there is like a line there though in my head between criticism and hate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when people are just kind of like coming for you, like that's when things get personal.
Yeah.
If it's just that they don't enjoy your book with valid reasons.
Yeah.
That, sweetheart, is called criticism.
There's a way
Yeah.
to criticize someone's writing without like hating on the actual person that did it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't, like, I would say this, I think, would be better marketed to YA. This would be a better YA book. I actually think it would be great. I would maybe bring the ages down a little bit. And I would remarket it for YA.
Well, one of our main things is the juvenile aspect of the
Yes.
book. So yeah,
Yeah.
if it's marketed to a younger audience, perfect.
And
But I'm not coming here and saying she's a shit author. This is a horrible first book,
No,
or
these
you
are
should
just-
never write a book again.
These are
or-
just
No,
our
like,
I
take
mean,
critiques.
what
like, yeah,
we-
like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
this. I'm just saying that the book itself does not suit in which the market that they put it into.
And I wouldn't necessarily think this is Haley's fault, because a lot of authors have rough drafts and it's up to the editors to kind of revamp it, give you ideas, criticisms, whatever. But I think the publishing house and the editors just saw the massive following, saw money, and rushed it out for that aspect. Yes, she may have worked on it for 4 years, and it's her debut novel, which is not going to be great. But because it was signed with a massive publishing house, it should have been better.
100%.
Yeah.
And I did see a video review of a young girl, like I think preteen, who read this book and she loved it. She really liked it. So I
I was
think
gonna say,
That's what I
honestly,
mean. Like,
yeah.
as a preteen, I probably would have liked it.
yeah.
yeah. So I agree with what you said. Like, bring it down, the ages down to YA.
We typically read a lot of complex characters in books. So to read something like this, I
And I think too, like, when you are in your early teens, like your preteens even, like, it still would be good for them. But you want to read a little bit more about adults things. You know what I mean? Like going to college, getting your first house,
Yeah.
like having your first boyfriend and
Yeah.
things like that. Like all that, like, and I think it would really sit well and resonate with them. It just doesn't with me.
I think we're more mature for what we were reading.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good story for younger audiences who want that taste, like
Yeah.
you said,
Yep.
without it being inappropriate.
Yeah.
should have been marketed
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Agreed.
don't know if you guys saw, there's a video online that their daughter wanted to read ACOTAR, and she went through and she taped.
Yes, I did see
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Blue redacted.
Yeah.
The daughter was like, Nesta.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Oh, half the book is just redacted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think social media amplifies negativity around books?
It does become an echo chamber.
It amplifies negativity around everything.
Yeah.
Some people just want to jump on the hate train without even, like, for example, reading the book, or they just want to go viral. Like, there was this one girl, Elena, she got the ARC for this, and her review took her from like 700 followers to like 20,000 because it was like, they said it was harsh. Other people agreed. After that, there was more negative reviews about the book, kind of in the same manner.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know if it was their original thought or if they just wanted to get like blow up like Elena did. And now that the actual book's out, there is a lot more like YouTube videos about it. There is more TikToks about it. And obviously we're talking about it because it's trending right now.
Yep.
But we obviously wanted to give it a fair chance.
shot. Yep.
Unfortunately, it is not great for us.
Would you ever want to publish a book knowing the internet might tear you apart?
It tears me apart on the daily.
It does. I'm going to do it under a pseudonym.
I just don't think I'd
pen
ever
name.
write a book.
I would, just because I am used to putting myself out there and getting hate on a daily basis.
That's sad.
What?
That's sad that you're used to it.
Yeah, I know.
She posts some pretty controversial.
I know, but
I
I, just think
do.
it's sad. I just think it's sad. I think it's a sad
It
world.
is.
Like if it was Ainsley who's getting hate on, like I would be I'd be in her like the comments being like, "How dare you come for my daughter?"
I mean, I'm judging other people.
Yeah.
So I have to expect that back.
I know, but if you were my daughter, I would probably be on the warpath in your comments.
I would love to have you as my mom.
Gives you thick skin.
It does. It gives me thick skin. So I probably would, but I'd be prepared for that mentally before I ever published
So
it.
you'll publish underneath your name. I will publish underneath my pen name.
I just won't do it because I just don't think I could write a book.
You also don't have time to write a book.
There's that too. I don't really care if people come for me over hate. Like,
Would you
that's
ever
fine.
like if you had all the time in the world? Would you ever think about
No.
No?
She'd probably just read.
Yeah. I enjoy reading.
Yeah.
I just don't think I would enjoy writing.
It's something that's like crossed my mind quite a few times, but
Well, maybe
I just
you
don't
should
think
try it.
I just don't think I can do it.
Dip your toes in.
I don't know. Maybe when I'm retired. See you guys in 50 years.
We'll circle back.
Yeah. Before we wrap this baby up, what would make you trust that an influencer's book is good?
Reviews that aren't paid for. Like it would have to be after the book is not an
After
arc
the
anymore.
arcs, yeah.
Yeah. So if I saw the reviews and it wasn't like paid for or a gift, then I would trust that it's actually good. Because sometimes when an author gives you a book, you feel like you have that responsibility to be like,
Oh,
it's great. Yeah, you don't want to hurt their feelings, but sometimes that's not accurate. Like there's a lot of reviews on Fable with the arcs that were like 4 stars. And I'm just like, no, we didn't read the same book.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I would definitely have to wait to see the actual reviews before picking it up.
Now we have
Lines we loved.
For me, lines I didn't love.
Yeah, Beth is going to do the opposite. She has 2 lines that she did not love, and I'm assuming it's from Just Friends.
It is. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, just go.
So I did highlight the one that we talked about. Don't put too much stock in people, Con. They can disappoint you. My mom's offhand advice burrowed into my hardwiring.
Oh my, yeah.
And then the other one that I did was page 234. Declan lifts his eyebrows like their shoulders he's shrugging.
What?
Hilarious.
I don't even think I clocked that.
So those are lines I did not love.
Those are
Sad.
valid.
Yeah, those are ones that I literally highlighted being like, what is this?
What is happening? Mine is from Daggermouth, page 558. I have watched you destroy everything I love. I have seen you corrupt our son, torture our daughter, break countless lives across all 3 rings of this city. Her voice hardened. I watched you bathe in your power like it somehow made you a great man, a great leader. She reached out to him, pulling his chin up toward her. But here I am, the weaker sex, holding all the power, holding the gun, getting the last word.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
a good
such
one.
a good book.
Really was.
If you didn't want to read the book,
Now is your sign.
I'll do Daggermouth, page 34. I only know of lust, and I would do unspeakable things in the name of lust. So I can only imagine that if I found love, I'd also be willing to die for it.
Another sign.
Yeah.
Just go read Daggermouth by
It's
H.
really
Wolf.
good.
So good.
It was so good. Even Cheryl said it was good.
Even Cheryl's, she didn't predict the ending.
Yeah.
So
She was so sure.
She was so sure. So she
Humbled.
gave it a 5.
Yeah, but like it literally was a cliffhanger on a cliffhanger, like
Yeah.
or a twist on a twist.
Yeah. So
Like
good.
you're just like, whoa, and then you're like, whoa, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, now I have to wait.
And sad.
Sadness.
Anyways, that's all we have for you guys today. Please don't let our review of Just Friends hinder you from checking it out if you're interested. But this was just what we thought of the book.
Our honest opinions.
Our honest
Our
opinions.
very honest opinion.
You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Plot Twist Please Pod. We're also anywhere you can get your podcast, so make sure you're following or subscribed so you never miss an episode. If you love this one, hype us up a little. Leave us a comment, drop a rating or review, and tell us what you would like us to read next.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
And as always, keep your glass, your bookshelf, and your TBR full.
Cheers.